Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam review class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksharo Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. Welcome everyone. We are discussing from the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are discussing the beautiful episode of appearance and the pastimes of Lord Vamanadev. So last time we discussed how when Vamanadev entered the arena where Bali Maharaj was performing the sacrifice, Bali Maharaj, he became so very happy seeing Vamanadev, and Vamanadev, when he entered, he glorified the entire dynasty of Bali Maharaj, and then he asked for 3 steps of land. Bali Maharaj said, you are like a child, you don't know about your welfare. I can give you whatever you want. Bali Maharaj spoke on the principles of satisfaction, and then Bali Maharaj, he agreed. He said, okay, if you wish so, please take whatever you want. Then Shukracharya gave him so many reasons why you should not give, and then Bali Maharaj counteracted all the arguments by telling why he should give, and ultimately Bali Maharaj, he took away everything. Vaman Devi took away everything from Bali Maharaj in 3 steps of land, in just 2 steps. He had no place to give for the 3rd step, and then Bali Maharaj, he surrendered his life, and he prayed to Lord Vamanadev that you please put your 3rd step on my head. And seeing this surrender of Bali Maharaj, Vamanadev, ultimately he became so very happy. And then Bali Maharaj to pray and appeal on the behalf of Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj came, and then his wife Vindhyavali came, and Brahmaji himself came to request Vamanadev to please show mercy to Bali Maharaj and to release him from the Varuna Pash. Ultimately, Lord Vamanadev, he said, this is my mercy. When I show special mercy to somebody, I take everything from him. And if a person, in spite of getting all the wealth, fame, prestige, he does not become proud of it, that means he has received my mercy. And then Bali Maharaj, Vamanadev glorifies Bali Maharaj, and then he tells that you please go to Sutala planet, you enjoy there. Sutal is even more opulent than Indra's heaven. And you don't worry, you will not be bound by the demonic influences. I will come and stay with you. I will become your doorkeeper. So this was what we discussed. And then in 23rd chapter, which is entitled the Demigods Regain the Heavenly Planets. Bali Maharaj, he was so overwhelmed by the mercy of Lord Vamanadev that he offered all the respects. His eyes were full of tears because of the ecstatic emotions he had for Lord Vamanadev. And he started speaking to the Lord in a very, very faltering voice, Gadgadaya Gira. So Chakravarti Thakur says that, the Lord had said, having placed my 3rd step on your head, I have accepted you along with the three worlds. Bali Maharaj, when he heard all these beautiful words from Vamanadev, he became so very overwhelmed with devotional ecstasy. He thanked Vamanadev. He said, actually, I just offered some respects to you, very little respect I offered to you, and that too in my mind. I did not, when you appeared in the sacrificial arena, actually, I wanted to offer respects to you, but I was fearful of Shukracharya. I was fearful of other demons, what they will feel. So therefore, I did not even offer respects to you properly. Yet, I attained the result which is sought by great devatas, and the result which is attained by the surrendered devotees. I got a chance to have your lotus feet on my head. This is your extreme mercy. And then Chakravarti Thakur writes that, so Bali Maharaj is saying, actually, I was so very eager to offer you respects, but I did not offer respects because I was fearful. And in spite of offering respects in the mind, I have obtained the highest destination. What was that highest destination? I have obtained the lotus feet of you, O my Lord. You have put your lotus feet on my head. That's why Prabhupada writes, even if somebody does a little amount of devotional service, that's a permanent gain. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That's why Lord is bhava grahi janardana. Murkho vadati vishnaya, brahman vadati vishnave, ubhaya tu samam punyam bhava grahi janardana. So it is said that, when a person, he is not literate, he does not know how to pronounce Sanskrit, he says Om Vishnaya Namaha. Actually, it should be Om Vishnave Namaha. When he is offered something to Lord, he should chant the mantra Om Vishnave Namaha. But he does not know the Sanskrit. So he pronounces Om Vishnaya Namaha. Ubhayam tu samam punyam. Both of them, they get the same result. Why? Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna accepts the sentiments of a devotee. अष्टादश अध्याय पढ़े आनंद आवेशे अशुद्ध पढ़े न लोक करे उपहासे केह हासे केह निंदे ताहा नहीं माने आविष्ट होइया गीता पढ़े आनंदित मने. So Chaitanya Charitamrita describes about a South Indian Brahmana. He was reading Bhagavad Gita every day, although he was illiterate. महाप्रभु पूछिला तारे सुन महाशय कौन अर्थ जानी तुम्हार एता सुख होय. So Mahaprabhu, when he saw this, that he is an illiterate person, but still when he is chanting, when he is reading Bhagavad Gita, he is crying tears of ecstasy. Mahaprabhu asked, what is the meaning which you are experiencing by reading Bhagavad Gita? So Brahman says, Arjuner Ruthe Krishna hoye Rajjudhar Boshiya che hate totra Shamala Sundar Arjunere kahite chena hitopadesh tar dekhi hoye more anand avesh. He says, whenever I just see the cover page of Bhagavad Gita, I see beautiful, Shyam Sundar holding the reins of the chariot of Arjuna. I become overwhelmed with ecstasy. Although I cannot read Bhagavad Gita, but I am just absorbed in this vision. So that's why Krishna is Bhavagrahi. He just sees the sentiments. He is not pleased by our scholarship, by our abilities and the skills and our managerial powers. Lord is pleased only by devotional service. So externally, Prabhupada writes, even though externally one may not be able to render full devotional service, just like Bali Maharaj, he was not able to render full devotional service. However, if they are internally sincere and serious, Lord accepts the devotional sentiments of a devotee. So therefore, Bali Maharaj, he offered all the respects to Lord Vamanadev, and then he offered his respects to Brahmaji and Lord Shiva also. Bali Maharaj was released from the Varuna Pash, and he went with all the demons to the Sutala planet. And then, after having delivered all this three worlds and heavenly planets to the demigods. Supreme Lord, he was praised by everyone. He fulfilled the desires of Aditi, he fulfilled the desires of all the Devatas. And in this way, Lord, he ruled the affairs of the entire universe. Now, after Bali Maharaj left for the lower planetary systems, he was about to leave. Prahlad Maharaj, he offered prayers to Vamanadev. So because Prahlad Maharaj, when he saw that his grandson, he has received such a great mercy of Lord Vamana, he became so very happy and he spoke with great devotion. Nemam virincho labhate prasadam na shri na sarva kimuta parenne yanno surana masidurga palo vishwabhivandyair abhivandikangrihi. He says, Prahlad Maharaj says, Nemam virincho labhate. The mercy which you have given to my grandson Bali, it is not even attainable by Virincha, by Brahmaji, nor by Shri, nor by Lakshmi, nor by Lord Shiva. If all these cannot attain your mercy, O my Lord, what to speak of others? You have given promise to protect the demons. The Lord told Bali Maharaj, I will be there with you in the Sutala planet, protecting you. Nobody will be able to harm you. So Prahlad is saying, you have given your extreme mercy. You have given a promise to protect the demons. Nobody has received such mercy so far. And then he says, oh my Lord, you are the supreme shelter of everybody. The mercy which you have given is inconceivable. Nobody can even fathom the extent of mercy which you have given to us. We are rogues, he says. We are rogues. We are demons. We are born in demoniac species. But still, we have become recipient of your mercy. Why? This is only possible because your mercy is causeless. Otherwise, we have no qualification. So that is if you remember, the first verse which Prahlad Maharaj spoke to Narasimhadev. Brahmadaya surgana munayota siddha sattvaikatana vachasam pravahai naraditum purgunai radhunapi vipro kim toshtumarhati same harirugrajate. Prahlad Maharaj, he told that time also, he prayed to Lord Narasimhadev. Great devatas like Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and all the great demigods and goddesses, Lakshmi Devi, with their choicest words, they could not please you, with their choicest poetry. Then who am I? I am just an insignificant, low-born person born in a family of demons. How can I please you? So this mood of humility is imbued in the devotee's heart, however exalted he may be. So it's the same prayer Prahlad Maharaj is telling. How can we even conceive of your mercy? We are born in a family of demons. Prahlad Maharaj is not, showing that I received mercy of Lord Narasimhadev. For one person, one incarnation, he is feeling himself so very humble. Actually, that is the crux of devotional service. Then Prahlad Maharaj says, you have unlimited powers, O my Lord. You have inconceivable activities. Lord may say, what is so inconceivable about my activities? Prahlad Maharaj says, you have given life to all the beings. You're Sarvatmanaha. You know everything. That is your inconceivable nature. And therefore you are equal to everyone, but still you show favoritism. That is your even more inconceivable nature. Lord may say, how is my favoritism shown? Prahlad Maharaj says, you show favoritism to your devotees. Those who are your devotees, you are Bhakta Priya. You are favorable to your devotees. Lord may say, does that produce fault in me? You are telling that I am favorable to my devotees, I am showing favoritism. Is it a fault? Prahlad says, no, that is not a fault. That is a great quality in you. This is not partiality, oh my Lord. This is a characteristic. This is your wonderful characteristic as a desire tree. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. Prahlad Maharaj says, you yield the results to a person according to his desires. So therefore, Prabhupada writes there, everyone can take shelter of the Supreme Lord according to his level. And Lord never fails to show reciprocation to his devotees. And Prabhupada writes a very nice line there. The Lord makes distinctions according to the mentality of the living being. Otherwise, he is equal to everyone. If we have our demoniac mentality, if we have rebellious mentality, Lord will reciprocate accordingly. Yayathamam prapadyante. So that is the wonderful nature of Lord. Vamandev, he spoke when he heard all these words from beautiful prayers from Prahlad Maharaj. He spoke to Prahlad. Oh my dear son, Varam Bhadraya, Varam Praharad Bhadramte. All good fortune to you, O my son Prahlad. For the time being, please go to Sutala planet along with your grandson. You stay there, you enjoy the association of your relatives and the friends. Just go for some time. Don't worry about the worldly opulence. Don't worry that your my illusory potency will affect you. I will protect you always. Just go there, and because I'll be there residing in Sutala, just by seeing me, the bliss you'll experience just by seeing me. Mat darshan mahalad, maha ahalad. Not just ahalad, maha ahalad. He says you'll be absorbed in bliss of my darshan. Therefore, you will be free of all the karmic bondage. Don't worry about that. So then when Lord assured Prahlad and all the demons, headed by Bali Maharaj and Prahlad, they entered the lower planets, Sutala. They circumambulated the Lord and they left for Sutala planet. Now, Supreme Lord, he addressed Shukracharya. Shukracharya was sitting amongst all the other Brahmavadi Brahmanas. And then Lord asks Shukracharya, please describe the fault in your disciple for which you cursed him. May I know the fault? What was the fault in Bali Maharaj because of which you cursed him to lose all his opulences? Lord says, although now Bali Maharaj is not present here, but still, even if there is a fault in Bali Maharaj, the fault will be nullified if it is judged in the presence of qualified Brahmanas. Therefore, please speak. Shukracharya, then he speaks. He actually admits that, it was my fault. I cursed Bali Maharaj wrongly. It was my mistake. He says, Kutastat karma vaishamyam yasya karme ishvaro bhavan yagyesho yagya purushaha sarva bhavena pujitaha. He says, Kutastat karma vaishamyam. Where is the chance of discrepancies in sacrifice? Kutah, where is the chance? Karma vaishamyam. Where is the chance of discrepancy? Yasya karma ishvaro bhavan. If you are there, you are the master of all the rituals. Karma ishvara. You are Yagyesha. You are Yagya Purushaha. You are the master of all the sacrifice. You are the personified Yagya. So therefore, if you are worshipped at a particular place, where is the chance that there will be any discrepancy? Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantim Richati. If somebody accepts Supreme Lord Krishna as the real well-wisher, then he attains the supreme peace. Otherwise, whatever one may try, one cannot attain peace in life. That is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, all the rules and regulations of Varnashram system, it is meant for only one thing, to serve the Supreme Lord. Varnashrama acharavata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhyate panta nanyat tattosha karanam. Vishnu aradhyate. Everything in scriptures is meant for only one purpose, to worship Vishnu. Smartavya satatam Vishnu vismartavyo na jatuchit. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So therefore, if somebody is not using his uh, capacity or abilities and skills in service of the Lord, that is all shrama eva hi kevalam. So therefore, Shukracharya says, where is the chance of any discrepancy if you are there, O my Lord? And then he speaks a very, very famous verse glorifying the holy names of the Lord. Mantritas tantritas chidram deshakala artavastutam sarvah karoti nishchidram anusankirtanam tava. Mantritas tantritas chidram. Chidra means the faults. The faults in chanting the mantras, in observing the rules, desh kalartha vastutaha, in time, place, and circumstance, and the paraphernalia, whatever fault one may be there, sarvam karoti nishchidram. All faults are completely nullified. Anusankirtanam tava. When a holy name is chanted, everything becomes auspicious. Therefore, even if you don't know any of the mantras, any of the rules and regulations, if you can just chant with a sincere, attentive, and devotional heart the holy names of the Lord accepts it. Yagyai sankirtana prayai ajantihi sumedhasaha. So that is how intelligent people, they worship the Lord. It is described very beautifully when Dhruv Maharaj, he was performing tapasya, and Nanda, Sunanda came in the Vaikuntha airplane. Suddenly they appeared in front of Dhruva. Dhruva, when he saw these Vaikuntha Vasis, he became bewildered. And he could not understand what to do now. Should I offer him respects, or should I offer him seat? Should I wash their feet? Should I do arti for them? What should I do? Vigyaya tau tamagaya kinkarau abhyuthita sadhvasa vismrita kramaha nanama nama nigrinan madudvisha parshat pradhana vihasanhatanjali. What did Dhruva do? Vigyaya tau, when he came to know, Uttamagaya Kinkarau, the best of the associates of Lord Vishnu have come. He got up. Suddenly he got up, and he was perplexed. Then what did he do? Nanama nama nigrinan madudvisha. He started glorifying the holy names of the Lord. So that is the best way to please the Lord and please the devotees. So therefore, Shukracharya is saying here, oh my Lord, there is no fault on side of Bali Maharaj. And then he says, but still, because you have ordered me, I'll follow your order, and I will complete this sacrifice. This is the first duty of everyone, to obey the order of you, my Lord. So therefore, I'll complete this sacrifice. So Shukracharya completed the sacrifice of Bali Maharaj, and then Vamanadev, he delivered his brother Indra all the three worlds, because Indra is a brother of Vamanadev. He is a son of Aditi. So Vamanadev, he took everything from Bali Maharaj and he gave to Indra. So Vamanadev, he is described as the protector of all the devatas, Brahma, Shiva, sages, Pitris, everybody. Everybody actually accepted Vamanadev as their protector. And then the leaders of the heavenly planets, they took Vamanadev to heaven in celestial plane. There, Indra, protected by Vamanadev, he started ruling the world. All the great sages, rishis, siddhas, charanas, they glorified the activities of the Lord. They also praised Aditi. And in the end, the Falashruti of this entire pastime is described. Those who hear the activities of Lord Vamanadev, they are freed from the results of all types of sinful activities. Actually, Shukdev Goswami says that nobody can count the glories of the Lord. Lord has unlimited glories. Just like one cannot count the number of atoms, nobody can count the glories of Lord Trivikrama. He says actually nobody in the past is who is already born, or nobody in the future will be able to count the glories of the Lord. This theme, this prayer comes many times in Bhagavatam. It is described, even if somebody can count the number of atoms on this earth, even if somebody can count the rays of the sun, and if somebody can count the snowflakes, still one cannot count the glories of Lord. Since the time of creation, beginning of the creation, Shesha, Ananta, is glorifying Supreme Lord with his thousands of mouths, but still he has not come to the end. Nantam vidamyahamami muniyo agrajaste maya balasya purushasya kuto varaye gayan gunan dashashatanan adideva shesho dhunapi samavastyanasya param. Nobody can count the glories of the Lord, because Lord has unlimited glories. Vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekam shena sthito jagat. Lord is telling to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, my glories are unlimited. This is just the spark of my splendor. And then, it is described that if one hears with devotion the uncommon activities of Lord Hari, which he performs in so many of the incarnations, he will certainly go back home, back to Godhead. And then in at the end of this chapter, it is described that by describing the activities of Lord Vamandev, any ritual, any social event, anything like marriage, becomes extremely auspicious. So this is the end of the 23rd chapter, and then we are coming to the last chapter of the 8th canto. So now Shukdev Goswami, after described all this beautiful pastime of Lord Vamanadev's appearance and Bali Maharaj's supreme devotion, Parikshit Maharaj, he asked a question. When he heard about how Vamanadev, Supreme Lord, became a beggar, beggar is not such a prestigious position. He remembered a similar incarnation of Matsya, because Lord appeared in the form of a fish. As a species, fish is a very, very condemned species. So therefore, Parikshit Maharaj, he remembered Matsya avatar. So then he asked a question. Oh great sage, I wish to hear about the fish incarnation of Lord Hari. That Supreme Lord is a performer of the wonderful acts, Adbhut Karmana. So please tell me, the uncommon pastimes of Lord as the fish. Parikshit Maharaj says, why did the Lord, seemingly he accepted avatar in an abominable species? Fish is not such a great species. It is jugupsitam. It is condemned species. Just like humans, they are influenced by karmic activities and they go to abominable species. Supreme Lord is transcendental, he is not affected. But why did he take incarnation, avatar, as a fish? Kindly explain this. Etanno bhagwan sarvam yathavad vaktumarhasi uttama shloka charitam sarvaloka sukhavaham. He says, Lord appears in this world to give joy to the devotees. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that, Lord's activities are there to give joy to the devotees. So when Lord appeared as Matsya, which devotee of the Lord became pleased by that incarnation? Please tell me that. So when Shukdev Goswami, he heard this request from Parikshit Maharaj, he began describing the beautiful pastimes of Matsya avatar. Go viprasura sadhunam chandasam picheshwaraha rakshamichham stanurdhatte dharmasya arthasya chaivahi. He says, Shukdev Goswami says, the Lord incarnates in this world to protect cows, go, vipra, brahmanas, sura, the demigods, sadhunam, the devotees, to protect the chandasam, the Vedic literatures, to protect the religious principles. That is the purpose of the appearance of Lord in this world. Even though Lord appears in the abominable species of life, he is never ever affected by the material modes. Uchchavacheshu bhuteshu charanvayu riveshwarah nochavachatam bhajate nirgunatva dhiyo gunah. Ucha avacheshu bhuteshu. Although he appears in higher and lower species, but he is not affected. Na uchavachatam bhajate. He is not affected by the material modes. Just like Vayu Iveshwaraha. Just like air, although passes through various places, air is not affected. Air may pass through a filthy place, air may carry the aroma of that place, but the air as an element is not contaminated. A living entity in this world becomes contaminated and goes through various types of the species of life. Lord is not affected by that. Purusha prakriti sthohi bhunkte prakritijan gunan karanam guna sangosya sadasadyoni janmasu. Because we have the desire to enjoy. Bhunkte prakriti jan gunan. This is the bija vakya of Bhagavad Gita. That is a seed of material existence. Bhunkte, the desire to enjoy in this world. And that's why karanam guna sangosya sad yoni janmasu. That's why living entities in this world, sometimes they go to the higher species of life, sometimes to the lower species of life. Lord is not affected by all these creation, maintenance and annihilation. So now, after speaking about the glories of the appearance of the Lord, Shukdev Goswami starts the description of the Matsya avatar. Actually, he describes about the two Matsya avatars. So one, for the first avatar of Lord as Matsya happened in the beginning of Swayambhuva Manvantara. And that avatar happened because the demon called Hayagriva, he had stolen the Vedas from Brahmaji. And second avatar happened in the Chakshusha Manvantara, at the end of Chakshusha, that is the sixth Manvantara, to favor King Satyavrat. So first, Shukdev Goswami describes the Matsyavatar of the Swayambhuva Manu. He says, at the end of the day, at the end of previous day of Lord Brahma, the three worlds were inundated by the waters of annihilation. That's what happens at the end of every day of Brahma. The water of Garbhoda Koshin rises and covers the three worlds. At that time, Brahmaji, he feels sleepy. So as usual, Brahmaji felt sleepy, and the Vedas, because the Vedas, they are continuously coming from the mouth of Brahmaji. There was a demon called Hayagriva situated nearby. He stole the Vedas by using his power of yoga. So just to retrieve the Vedas back from Hayagriva, Supreme Lord took the form of fish, because this demon was in the water and the whole world was inundated. So to retrieve the Vedas, the Lord assumed this form of fish. He killed the demon and he retrieved the Vedas back. And then he describes the second Matsya avatar. He says, during the sixth Manvantara, Chakshusha, now it is seventh Manvantara going on. During the sixth Manvantara, he says, there was a great king called Satyavrata. He was a great devotee of the Lord, and he was performing austerities just by subsisting on water. He was doing intense tapasya to please the Lord. And then Shukdev Goswami says, that same Satyavrat, in this Manvantara, he became the son of Vivaswan, the sun god. And that is Shraddhadev. So Satyavrat is the same Shraddhadev, and who is the Manu in the current Manvantara. So now Shukdev Goswami describes that one day this Satyavrat, he was doing his regular duties, there was and he was offering oblations. He was doing tapasya. He was actually king of Dravida Desh, and he was doing his tapasya near a river called Kritamala, on the bank of river Kritamala. So as a daily routine, he was in water and he was offering oblations, in the water. As he cupped his hand to take the water, he realized that there was a small fish which appeared in the palmful of his hands. So as soon as he saw, he threw the fish along with the water. To his surprise, the small fish, he spoke. "O king, you are the protector of the poor. Why are you throwing me in this river? I am so very afraid of the big aquatics which are there in this, river. They'll kill me." So Prabhupada writes, in the Matsya Puran, it is described, Ananta Shakti Bhagwan Matsya Rupi Janardanaha Kridartham Yachayamasa Swayam Satyavratam Ripam. Just to perform the pastimes of the Lord, just to perform the pastimes, Supreme Lord, he's speaking to Satyavrat, Kridartham, just to perform the pastimes. Yachayam. He begged for the protection from Satyavrat Muni. Satyavrat, when he heard the beautiful, gentle voice of this small fish, he decided to protect the fish. He brought the fish back to his palace. Although this fish was a supreme lord, Satyavrat could not realize it. He placed the fish in a jug, in a water jug, and he brought the fish to his residence. Overnight, in just one night, fish grew to the size of the jug. Next morning, when king came to see, the fish spoke again that, "O king, this water is not sufficient for me. Please give me a better place. I'm not able to move in this water body now." King Satyavrat, he transferred the fish from the jug to a large well. Within moments, this fish grew to 3 cubits in length. And again, this fish replied that, "Please give me an extensive pond." The king dropped the fish into a lake. But the fish immediately became enlarged and he occupied the whole extent of the waters and prayed for more space. The fish said, "Please give me a lake which will never reduce." King put the fish in a biggest reservoir of water which was there. Still, the size of the fish kept growing. Ultimately, the king, he took the fish and he was about to put the fish into the ocean. The fish replied, "Please do not put me in the ocean. There are so very dangerous sharks here. They'll kill me. They'll eat me up." When Satyavrat, he saw all this transformation of a small fish to such a huge creature, he was bewildered. Satyavrat, he spoke to that fish. "Who are you, sir? In one day you have grown to such a huge, size. You are covering entire ocean. Who are you? Before this, I have never seen such a creature." And then actually, Satyavrat, the king Satyavrat, by his devotional ecstasies, devotional sentiments, and his devotional power, he could understand that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He started offering prayers to the Supreme Lord. He says, "My dear Lord, you are certainly the supreme, inexhaustible Lord, Narayan, Hari. And to show favor, to show mercy to all the living entities, you have appeared in this form as a fish. Oh my Lord, you are best of all the living entities. You are Purusha Shrestha. You are the creator, maintainer, and destructor, and highlighter of entire creation. But you protect your surrendered devotees. I offer my respects to you." He says, whatever avatar, whatever pastimes you perform, that is for the welfare of all the living entities. So therefore, I wish to know why you have appeared in this form. Because I know that this pastime, this form of yours, is for the protection of your devotees. What is the purpose of this form, O my Lord? He says, "O my Lord, worship of your lotus feet never goes useless." Like demigod worship, demigod worship may go useless, but worship of your lotus feet never goes useless. And therefore, you have appeared in this wonderful form as a fish The reason must be that you want to deliver your devotees. So Prabhupada, he never leaves a chance. So, Prabhupada in the whole purport focuses on how demigod worship is, not to be done, and worship of the Supreme Lord is the supreme. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatyalpamedasam. Less intelligent people worship the devatas. Those whose intelligence are stolen by sense gratification, they take shelter of the devatas. All the, choicest of the verses Prabhupada puts there. And then he says, in contrast to this demigod worship, the glory of bhakti is swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Just by small little bit of devotion, one can attain the highest perfection of life. So when this fish, he heard such beautiful prayers from Satyavrat. So Lord Matsya started speaking. He said, O king, from the 7th day from today, this whole world, Bhu, Bhuar, Swar, all these planets, all these planetary systems, they'll be merged in the water of inundation. I will send you a large boat. You will see a large boat will appear in front of you. So what you have to do? Collect all types of herbs, creepers, all the living and species, and the great sages, the 7 great sages, along with you yourself. You board that boat. By the effulgence which is coming from the body of these great sages, you will be able to guide the boat in the waters of inundation. I will appear, and in my fish form, I will have a horn on my head. Use Vasuki, tie Vasuki with my horn and attach it to your boat. I will pull the boat, swimming in the water of inundation. I will, sail throughout the night of Brahma. So Prabhupada, he clarifies, he gives a very nice purport, and Chakravarti Thakur, he clarifies in great detail so many technical points here. He says, in the beginning of Swayambhuva Manu, in the Swayambhuva Manvantara, Agastya Muni, because he cursed Swayambhuva Manu for some reason, that time the inundation happened. And then during the time of Chakshusha Manu, by the will of the Supreme Lord, the inundation happened. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that this particular devastation which happened during the Chakshusha Manvantara, it did not happen during the night of Brahma. It happened during the day of Brahma. And why did this happen? Because Supreme Lord, he wanted to show the power of illusory energy to Satyavrat, King Satyavrat. Just like, in the 12th canto, the story of Markandeya Muni comes. He wanted to see the illusory energy of the Lord. So Lord showed him the inundation, the annihilation. Similarly, Lord wanted to give mercy he wanted to show the illusory potency of the Lord. So therefore, this annihilation happened only by the will of Lord. Then he describes that, since the flood, it covered the 3 worlds and appeared like nightly devastation. Brahmaji, he thought, okay, night has come, it seems. He slept for some time. And therefore, in this verse, Matsyavatar says that, I will I'll take this boat throughout the night of Brahma. So then Chakravarti Thakur describes some more technical details. He says that one should accept that a devastation did take place. Why? Because we have heard in the 4th canto that, Daksha, when he was born from Prachetas, he again populated the entire world with the various species. And this happened after this annihilation in Chakshusha Manvantara, because Daksha was born from Prachetas in the Chakshusha Manvantara, and he filled the entire universe again with the various species of life. So now, after describing all these things to King Satyavrat, Matsyavatar says, don't worry, you will be favored by me. I will give you all my mercy. And therefore, because you always wanted to know about my pastimes, know about me, My glories will be manifested in your heart. Chakravarti Thakur writes that since you have associated with the great sages, you will get a chance to hear about my glories. And speaking all this, Matsyavatar disappeared. Satyavrat, he waited for the day of inundation. After 7 days, for sure, the water started rising. The ocean was flooding with water, and the entire three worlds were getting inundated. As Satyavrat, the king Satyavrat was looking at this water of inundation, he saw a boat coming, as the Lord had said. So Satyavrat, he collected all the herbs and the plants, creepers, and the species of life along with the sages. He boarded on that boat. And then, being pleased with the activities of King Satyavrat, all the sages, they instructed Satyavrat that please meditate on the Supreme Lord. In this calamity, in this disastrous situation, only Supreme Lord can help us. So Satyavrat, he meditated. When he was meditating on the Supreme Lord, he saw a golden, very huge golden fish, 8 million miles in length, with a horn, appeared in the ocean. Following the instructions of the Lord, King Satyavrat, he anchored the boat to the nose of this. He anchored the boat to the nose of Matsyavatar using Vasuki, and then he started offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. He said, "Oh my Lord, you are the supreme Guru. Those who have lost their knowledge due to ignorance and because of so much of sense gratification, if they attain mercy of the Lord, if they attain mercy of the devotees of the Lord, then they can attain your mercy." This is very, very important, which Satyavrat is saying, King Satyavrat. One attains the grace of the Lord by mercy of the devotees. Prabhupada writes a very, very brilliant statement in the first canto, 14th chapter. He writes there, this is the pastime where Mayadanav, he was staying in the Khandava Prastha forest, and Arjuna, he wanted to favor Agnidev. He burnt the entire forest. Mayadanav, he took shelter of Arjuna. And ultimately he got Arjuna, he told, please take shelter. He requested Lord Krishna. So Krishna, he told him, okay, I'll give you mercy, I'll give you protection, but you have to make a Maya Sabha for the Pandavas. So that was the great palace which Mayadanav made, in which Duryodhan, he could not understand where is water, where is land. There, Prabhupada writes a very beautiful statement. He writes that the process is that by the grace of the devotee, the mercy of the Lord is obtained. And by the mercy of the Lord, the chance to serve the devotee of the Lord is obtained. Very, very, very beautiful statement. The process is that by the grace of the devotee, mercy of the Lord is obtained. And by mercy of the Lord, the chance to serve the devotees is obtained. So therefore, Satyavrat Muni, the King Satyavrat, is saying, only by devotees' mercy one can attain your favor, O my Lord. So therefore, I accept you as my supreme spiritual master. Why supreme spiritual master? Chakravarti Thakur writes that, the king is saying, all these great sages, they are my gurus. They have given me devotion. But you have given them devotion. Therefore, you are guru of my gurus. Therefore, you are my supreme guru. And then he says, who is a guru? Guru means the one who destroys all the material desires. People who are so very foolish, they are conditioned, they are absorbed in bodily sense gratification. They make plans for enjoyment in this world, but they only get suffering. Everybody wants to be happy, but people, they do not get happiness. What they get is suffering. As Vidura is telling to Maitreya, Sukhaya karmani karoti loko natai sukham vanya duparamam va Vindeta bhuya tataiva dukkham yadatra uktam bhagavan vadenna. People in this world, they work so very hard for happiness. Sukhaya karmani karoti. But what they get is pain. So that's why King Satyavrat is saying, people, they make plans for happiness, but what they get is distress. But if somebody engages in your service, O my Lord, one becomes free from all the materialistic sense gratificatory desires. Therefore, may my supreme spiritual master cut the knot of sense gratification which is there in my heart. Then he says, O my Lord, service to you destroys the ignorance which is there in the heart of a person. Just like a gold ore, it is purified when it is put in fire. Similarly, the mercy of the Lord, the service of the Lord, it may not be so palatable many times, but it purifies the heart of a devotee. Chakravarti Thakur writes that knowledge in this world can destroy ignorance. Knowledge in this world cannot destroy ignorance to an extent service to the Lord can destroy. Knowledge destroys ignorance little bit. But if somebody performs devotional service, complete ignorance is destroyed. Therefore, Chakravarti Thakur says that by the process of karma, jnana, ashtanga, one gets purified but not thoroughly. And this we have discussed this in detail in the 6th canto in the beginning, when Parikshit Maharaj he asked, now how these people they will come out of this sinful mentality? What is the process of atonement? Shukdev Goswami first gave the karma kand process, then jnana kand process, jnana yoga, and then ultimately he gave bhakti. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana agham dunvantikar snena niharam iva bhaskaraha. So that's what King Satyavrat is telling. And then he says, oh my Lord, there is a difference between your mercy and others' mercy. The Devatas and the so-called gurus, they are not capable of offering supreme mercy. Whatever mercy they offer, it is like 1/10,000 of the mercy which is given by you. Therefore, I do not want to take shelter of any other personality. I want to take your shelter. And Prabhupada writes, even if somebody wants some sense gratification in this world, Lord gives the devotee benedictions, but he does not give benedictions in such a way that the devotee will ask for the same thing again. So this theme comes many times in Bhagavatam. Lord purifies the heart of a devotee. Satyam dishati arthitam arthito nrinam naivarth doyat punar arthitam yataha. He does not give in such a way that the devotee will ask for the same thing again. Therefore, then King Satyavrati says, people who are foolish, they seek for the material sense gratification. But the intelligent people, they take your shelter. Just like blind follows the blind, accepts a blind man, an ignorant person accepts an ignorant man as his leader, but a devotee, an intelligent person takes shelter of the self-realized devotee of the Lord. Therefore, I accept you as my guru. And then he says, what is the difference between a materialistic guru and a real guru? Materialistic guru may tell the disciple how to enjoy in this world. He teaches the disciple about the material goals of life. But the real guru is only interested in teaching the disciple how to attain the Supreme Lord. And therefore, Prabhupada writes very heavily, people nowadays in this world, there are gurus who teach how to keep the body fit to enjoy sense gratification. Some gurus, Prabhupada writes, they advise that sex is the ultimate goal, so enjoy, this as much as possible. So therefore, Satyavrat, he says, people who are having no knowledge, their heart is full of lusty desires, they do not take your shelter. I therefore surrender to you, O my Lord. You are my worshipable Lord. Please accept me as your servant, and you destroy, you cut this knot of desires which is there in the heart. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidyante sarva samshayah chiyante chasya karmani drishte evatmanishware. That is the prayer of a devotee. Please cut off the knot of ignorance which is there in my heart. Please reveal the real destination of my life. So after praising the Matsya avatar in such beautiful prayers, as they were sailing in these waters of inundation, Matsya, he explained Satyavrat Muni about the absolute truth, and he explained so many of the philosophical concepts. He described about the Sankhya philosophy, he described about the various Puranas, and he described about various Samhitas. King Satyavrat and all the sages, they heard the beautiful instructions from Lord Matsya, and they were completely delighted and overwhelmed by hearing all these principles of self-realization. And therefore, then at the end, Shukadeva Goswami says that at the end of the last inundation, Lord Matsya killed Hayagriva and he gave the Vedas to Brahmaji. And now in the Chakshusha Manvantara, King Satyavrat was endowed with all the knowledge by Matsya avatar. And therefore, in this present Manvantara, he has become the son of Vaivasvatonu Shraddhadev. And then in the end, Shukadeva Goswami gives the falashruti of this great narration. He says, one who hears this great transcendental narration is delivered from all the sinful reactions. One who narrates about Matsya avatar will have all his ambitions fulfilled and will undoubtedly go back home, back to Godhead. And then ultimately, Shukadeva Goswami offers respects, obeisances to Lord Matsya, who restored the Vedic literature to Brahma and explained the essence of the Vedic knowledge to King Satyavrat. So this is the end of the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. If there are some questions, you can please ask. Okay, yes, Prahlad Maharaj was still there as a grandfather. He was staying with his family. That's what we discussed, that Prahlad Maharaj, although he was staying with his family, it was not that he was an attached person, because a devotee is not disturbed by material attachments. He's a very, very sober personality. Yes, there is a personality, somebody has asked that there is also incarnation of Lord as Hayagriva. Yes, that is also there. We'll discuss about that in the 9th canto. So any other questions anybody has? You can please ask, or we'll stop. Okay, so thank you very much. We'll stop here. So tomorrow we'll be having an overview of the 5th to 8th cantos. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.